Alright, hello. Hi, how's it going? Whoop. Okay, Kiwi. He is here. Is the Kiwi. Is the Kiwi. Although he wants to escape. he's in the baggy mode. Ah! Hi. Oh, don't bite me. Okay. Bye. Anyway, how's it going, guys? How are you all doing? Let our great leader go. Yeah, I let him go. Good to see you all. So it's been a minute. Let's see here. What's going on? Okay, that looks good. Alright, anyway, it's been a minute, guys. Today we're gonna be doing this build. It's gonna be this budget-friendly DKL called the VK87. You can see it right here on the screen. Maybe I should actually put a little announcement up on the under RG. Maybe I'll do that now. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, let's see who's here. Siren, hello. ODM, Abstraction, hello. Eric, hi. Sean, what's good? Hello. Avo, what's up? LFK, do you see NK's working on something to save Project Keyboard GMK sets, including Bingsu? Yeah, I did see I saw the Reddit post. I was talking about it in the server, and then I went to the novelty server to just mention it. It's great. It's awesome, but I'm not looking forward to paying for sets again if I want them. So yeah, exciting that they're being made and that there will be, you know, an opportunity to get them, but it sucks to lose the money anyway. I was talking to someone actually about like how like this is such a it's a fraud, right? It's just fraud. So and we're like, oh my gosh, like if someone could like actually file for like class action, right? At this point, like it's kind of crazy. But I mean, who's gonna do it, right? You have to like personally like, you know, go through a lawyer and sue. But you know, so it goes. Happy Wednesday though. All right. Called the Siren VK87. Live now. And then let's add the stream link. Boom. Alright, cool. Let's leave it here. But yeah, okay. So, what's a beverage of choice? No, I'm just drinking water. Sparkling water. Just Trader Joe's, I think grapefruit flavored sparkling. So pretty casual. So I might be able to get my Pingsu R2 still. Yeah. The prices are reasonable. Like the deeply discounted prices for Pingsu are actually pretty fair. It's like 80 some bucks or something like that. Like I think it's 80 bucks for base, and then like mod kits are like, I mean like extra kits are like, you know, 20, 25 for the discounted ones. Like if you are from an original Project Keyboard order and then you're reordering through NovelKeys, then you can get it at that discounted price. But if you're ordering extras and whatnot, obviously it'll cost a lot more. I mean, a decent bit more. It's going to be a normal extras price. So yeah. What about Pingsu? Oh, Project Keyboard sets are going to be rescued by NovelKeys, if you didn't see. Durable Feel Good is sending me. Oh, it does say durable feel good. Yeah, it's gonna be. Let's try to see. Check out this board though. So again, as I said, this is a standard TKL. As you can see, it's 87 keys, so F12, 87 key keyboard. It actually is a kit, so it comes with everything but switches and keycaps. That you can basically build up from there. You all you need is just switches and keycaps. There are stabs installed on the board as well. And well, I haven't checked it out, so let's check it out together. So it says here VK87, durable, feel good. I don't know what it says here in Chinese. But then it has tri-connection, which allows you for Bluetooth, USB dongle, and USB cable. It has hot swap sockets. It's gasket mount. Has RGB lighting. It's an aluminum case, and I guess it has some kind of optimizations for battery saving. Behind the box, looks like the brand or the just general name here is Siren for the line of products, perhaps, or the brand itself. I'm not sure. And then the bottom has all these instructions for how it works. Mike, such a legend. Yeah, must be annoying from GMK's perspective. Oh, I'm sure it's super annoying. I mean, they probably tried to reach Project Keyboard many times too and didn't succeed. And in this case, you know, NovelKeys is stepping up here to help. But yeah, it's doing everybody a favor, but not really helping the situation as far as like how bad the whole current vendor failure and that kind of situation is going, you know? It sucks. And so yeah, so it's at 87 key F12. Looks like we have indicator status where it flashes red, or if it's charging, then of course there's caps lock and scroll lock. Scroll lock indicators. There's an indicator for the 2.4 Bluetooth connection. And then there apparently is like a little cat paw here that's like a toggle switch between wireless and wired, basically. And then there are like some other key mappings, like you can change Bluetooth modes, like between different devices. You can lock the Win key. You can change between Mac and Windows, I assume for the Command/Win key. And then lighting control and multimedia control, but I actually don't know what it says here, but I assume it's like play, pause, that kind of stuff. Pretty cool. So pretty neat. This came to me from CannonKeys, so this is kind of like a sponsored build, sort of. Technically, I didn't pay for this kit. I actually won't be keeping the board, so I'm just building it up to see how it's like, and then sending it back out. And yeah, so the pricing for the kit on this, I was told it's going to be around $88 for a plate stabilizer kit, $91 if you want screw-in stabilizers, and then I think that's like for the black unit, and then for the white or purple units, it's gonna be like about $100 for whichever stabilizer option you choose. I assume the color is just more expensive, and then you can also get a polycarb plate, and you can also get an FR4 plate. I believe I have aluminum here today. It might be polycarb actually. So we'll take a look. I think it's polycarb though, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, we'll see. I haven't opened it, so I don't know. So let's open it up, and I can change the build command to adjust that. So keyboard's inside here, and looks like it comes with a cable and a keycap puller, and as well as switch puller if you need to take out switches from the hot swap sockets. Pretty good. Has all the basics covered. I'm gonna put the box aside, but might be using it later for the instructions. I'm not gonna test the cable, but I assume it works. It's just a standard paracord straight cable. It's not a coiled cable, but looks pretty nice. Looks sturdy. The connectors are like the nicer type where like the ends really kind of just stay there, which is nice. Kind of stress relief thingies there with the rubber. And then this is okay. I mean, it's just a standard little wire for the keycap puller, and then this might be a little weaker for the switch pulling, but it probably works fine for general purposes. I'm surprised GMK would start production without receiving any payment from Project Keyboard. Yeah, so their policy has changed recently, I believe, for how like they do advance payments and so on. But yeah, I mean, technically a lot of the production starts after payment is done, but then production doesn't immediately start. Like production happens when they're up in the queue. Like you like a lot of vendors for GMK in this case, they don't pay right away after the group buy is over. They pay when the invoice comes in, and that invoice comes in closer to when the production starts. Maybe there's a deposit. I don't know what the business side is like on payments, but I assume the majority of the payment really occurs closer to the production in the queue, which is much later down the line when they're ready to produce keycaps. Anyway, so take out the main packaging part there, and we have our USB dongle here. Got a friend in Hong Kong who is into Keycaps. What's that? Like Chinese keyboards, maybe? And so yeah, comes with a USB dongle if you want wireless. And then we take off this packaging here. Jaguar got me geeking out. Yeah, it's a nice board. I've been enjoying it. Oh, it's polycarb, so I'll switch that over. It's a polycarb plate. So where's my build command here? I'll switch that over to a polycarb plate. My bad. Build is going to be on a polycarbonate full plate. Okay, great. Just like you've got Chi-Fi. Chi-Fi? I'm not sure. Anyway, so it's an aluminum board, as you can see, and it has this toggle switch between the different modes. Oh, it looks like that's Bluetooth mode, I assume. The light is flashing, so the battery is or that's Bluetooth rather, and I think this is for the USB dongle, and that's wired. And then this unit in particular has screw and stabs that are PCB mounted, which is nice. We do have a bunch of flex cuts. We do seem to have a few layers of foam. We have one plate foam, one PE foam style below, and then maybe there's probably case foam. I assume there is. And then for lighting, here we have side diffusers. And let's actually try to plug it in and turn it on. Actually, maybe we'll try to use a dongle. Actually, that could be interesting. So maybe I'll use. Does it work here? Ooh, oh, there we go. Plugged in using the USB dongle, which is just plugged into my PC. And look at that. Side bright LED lighting here going on. And so center USB port, and the bottom just has these long like little ridged bump-ons, and there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 screws that hold the two pieces of the case together. But quite a lot of RGB going on here. Actually kind of looks nice. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Duck Unicorn X Legend, like with a little bit of the side LED action going on here. Pretty low typing angle here. I would say this is like maybe like 6 degrees or so. Pretty low, comfortable typing angle from what it seems to me. And this is sub $100 for the kit. Like, this is no keycaps and no switches included, but pretty good. So let's actually open it up so we can check out the internals, and then we can go around to, I'm gonna lube the stabs, and I'm gonna build it up. You know, basically just like you would mod it and build it. But I could actually just leave the stabs alone and just put switches on and try it that way. The stabs actually seem. There does seem to be some amount of lubrication on the stabs, but not too much. So we could just try it as is as well and see how it goes. The switches here are lubed though. These are 2.5 lube. These typically just come stock without any lube, but I decided to use these lube just because I figured there might be people who, if they have their own kit, then they might decide to lube their own switches as well. So couldn't hurt to do that. Blows Unicorn out of the water for sure. I mean, hey, it's pretty good price. So yeah, let's open it up here. So it uses standard M2.5 screws here, hex screws. So let's see what that's like on the inside. You can get non-alu stuff that works with BT 2.4 for $50. That's pretty good, honestly. Yeah, no, there's a lot of like budget-oriented keyboards these days that like are really good deals for the price, and they offer like quite a few features. Okay, so I undo this on the exterior, and as you can see, there is a bit of case foam underneath the PCB. And then there is a daughter board connection. Actually, there's two. I believe one is for the battery, which makes sense, and one is for the USB. So I can undo this one here for the USB. It's a little tight though, so maybe I'll try to remove this. Oh, I see. There's some screws here. Let's see. Undo the one for the battery first, and I can undo the one for this. It's a little tight though. So. There we go. All right. So undo the two connectors here. So let's undo that and just check it out on the interior. I'm kind of curious myself, so why not open it up? Uses a pretty large battery here. Looks like just a large lithium-ion battery here. And we have a 3.7 volt, 3000 milliamp hour rechargeable battery. So decently quite large actually for a battery. We have a little piece of tape here that just kind of holds the wires down just so that they don't like come up. This is the wire for the battery, and that's the wire for the PCB connector, the USB. And yeah, it just has some channels to lead some of the cables here, but pretty simple on the inside of the bottom piece. You just have a little channel here that has all the cables and just holding it all together. The sides are open, of course, because we have these two diffusers here that will sit right on top here, and then there's just the holes that hold all the for the screws. And so let's see what's on the inside here. So here we have a few screws holding the foam down, so we can actually undo some of that. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 screws here. You might hear Kiwi begging for food. And I'm just gonna undo those just out of pure curiosity here. So you can undo those. Obviously, if you get this in a package, right, you don't have to undo any of this. You can just plop in switches and work with it. But we're just going to show the internals here to kind of like, you know, because we're not in a rush here, and we want to see what it's like on the inside too. Yeah, you can hear them meowing. Okay, so you take off the foam. So there is like a looks like 1, 2. This is like a 3.5 millimeter piece of foam ish. So you can see large piece of foam covering the hot swap sockets. Actually pretty nice, sturdy. Doesn't seem to be undoing itself or anything like that. And we have the two little, the two plastic pieces that are attached here to the sides for the diffusion of the light. And those are just attached to the sides here. I was actually kind of curious as to what they meant by gasket mount. So let's actually try to undo some of this. All right, so these are the two little strips for light diffusion. Rather simple. Just kind of goes into the sides like this. Two thick frosted pieces. You can just actually put them on the bottom piece like that as well. It does have some per key slots for the PCB itself, as you can see. And so you can here now see the internals is, let's see, we have 2 pieces of foam here, right? We have the plate foam, and we also get, okay, I was corrected here. The brand name is indeed Siren. Siren is the brand, and the VK87 is the model. And we have the PE foam that lines the bottom here. It's under the stabs. Looks like we have, oh, I see. We have 2 layers. One that's just this plastic layer with holes, and one that's the actual foam layer. I'm assuming just to kind of keep the integrity of this thinner piece. And they just sit on top of the PCB like that. It's removable if you want. This is effectively what the switch is. It's just a little switch. And you have, it appears we have some, what is that, little shims for the stabs here as well. Maybe they just use it as a way to isolate the screws as well, but they have some shims as well. Here is the plate now. Yeah, there are some stab shims. I actually can check what thickness the PCB is, but I believe it's, I mean, assuming that there's shims, I assume it's also 1.2 or something. Yeah, this does look like a thin PCB. So, yeah. Thin PCB, per key flex cuts, right? Pretty generous with the foam indeed. As you can see, per key flex cuts that go the entire way per row and per key, although the per key cuts seem to be slightly thinner than the per row. So if we removed all of this foam, I assumed it would be a lot of movement in there. But you can see that there is quite a few cuts here between the rows and between the keys. The F-row doesn't seem to have those per key cuts either, and certainly not at the modifiers as well. I mean, well, just here, they're like closer to the key than the center of the key over there. But yeah, okay. So that's the PCB. PCB is purely hot swap with 87 key fixed. Here we have our plate. Now I was actually curious about how the mounting of this was done. So it looks like it's just removable pretty easily. Ah, okay. I see. Okay. So it uses, oh, cool. All right, nice. So it seems to use these little, these are the gaskets actually. They're translucent, but there are these little gaskets with little holes that just attach to the tabs here. You basically just plop them on like that and they just stay there, which is nice because it means that it won't really move around like these gaskets. And as you can see, there's 10 of them that line the top and the bottom, and then 2 on each side. So there's 14 of these little gaskets that line the sides, and then each of these tabs here are separated by a thin gap here as well between the main part of the plate and the edge of the plate. There are some extra, there are some, what are these called? These inserts to hold the PCB and the plate separately. I mean, separate from each other for hot swap use. So, so there's that, and then there's a few standoffs. Yeah, standoffs. Thank you. Just forgot the word. And then there's little nubs here as well on the top case that also hold the plate in place. So that part is kind of nice. I mean, actually for alignment, it's pretty neat. And we also have a little piece of plastic here also to help the diffusion of the light at the top as well. So yeah, construction-wise, it's rather simple. It's like pretty symmetrical overall. You just have symmetrical on each side and then on the sides as well. And then these little gaskets just kind of hold everything, all the plate into the onto the top case along with these little standoffs and nubs. So yeah, you just kind of insert the assembly in place like that. Pretty simple. So we can go ahead and maybe just mess around with the stabs and then go on to put it all together. So maybe I'll just put this down here for now. And this. Just close it up for now. I keep the standoffs on with that many flex cuts. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I would leave the standoffs on. And I honestly would also leave the plate foam on with this many flex cuts. Because as you can see, the plate has a ton. Like there's cuts in between each row. There's no vertical cuts actually. There's no vertical cuts between these portions here, but like these horizontal cuts pretty much span the entire plate. So there's a lot of cuts here, and then you have the per key cutouts for the PCB. So like I don't think I would forgo the foam on this at all. Specifically the plate foam. For the P foam, I guess you could remove it, but maybe that wouldn't have the quote-unquote thocky sound signature that people want when people purchase these boards. Build it foamless? We could try that if you really want it. I'm gonna take off the screws though. For the stabs, I do want to lube them just to see kind of like what would its best performance be if you like tune the stabs however you want it, and also have like loop switches and everything. So let's take them off. I think for screw-ins, you typically don't always need these kinds of like shims, but I mean if they're there, that's fine. Especially for the bottom clip area here. Okay, they do definitely seem to have some grease. I do see some oil kind of trailing here. So they're not completely stock, these stabs, these PCB mount stabs. We have north-facing enter and north-facing spacebar and everything else south-facing for orientation. Pretty typical. Who's the maker of the board? The maker of the board is named Siren. Siren is the brand that makes the board, is what I was just clarified on. And yeah, of course, as you can see, there's tons of LEDs per key pretty much. There are also some side-facing LEDs is what I'm seeing here. There are 5 side-facing LEDs for the diffusers on the side, on each side, so pretty nice. A lot of RGB, and so I feel like lighting-wise wouldn't have any issues with that. Alright, let's take off all the screws and lube the stabs, I guess. Just gonna apply 205 on top of them, just to kind of like keep the wire in place. Alright, so that's pretty much the foam. There's a foam piece, there's a little plastic piece here that kind of lines up with the P foam. And then the PCB. That's what it looks like. Per row cuts and everything. So pretty intense with the amount of cuts in here. Okay. Let's go ahead and just loop some of these stabs here. So looking at the stabs, they look pretty much very similar to what Duroc V2s look like. So with the clip on the top side that prevents the wires from coming off, and gold wire, and everything else just translucent plastic and transparent plastic. So I'm just gonna use 205 to just kind of lay a little extra lube on top of the wire. But there is a small amount of grease on the wire, but not too much. I also don't see too much grease on the stab itself, on the stab inserts themselves, so I'm just gonna apply a little extra here. Stabs are bone dry? No, not bone dry. They do have some grease, but it doesn't look like a lot. So I would imagine it would probably be fine from the get-go, and then it would probably rattle a little bit later on once that grease dries up or shifts a little bit more. That's what I would anticipate. Gonna go get a piece of here. So, okay, I'm gonna need that. Just so I don't. Holy flex cut indeed, yeah, a lot of flex cuts for sure. So just gonna add a little extra lube to the stabs on each of the wires. I'm gonna leave the inserts and everything else intact. Okay, so another wire. There. Who's this? Dr. Killswitch. Hello. Thank you so much for the prime. How's it going? Good, getting ready for work? Oh, nice. Nice. I hope it's a good, productive day of work for you. Oops. I misclipped that. The other way around. Diego, are you gonna use foam? I think so. I mean, I think it would be prudent to do so because I would imagine most people who use this would want to put it in, to put the foam in there. Also, probably they would just leave it alone. Actually, is what I wager. Like they would get it in a kit and they would get it already pre-built with the foam in, and I would assume a lot of people would leave it there as is. But I mean, who knows? Right? I mean, we can always take it off and see what it's like, but I don't think it technically is a realistic representation of what the product is for what it's intended to be. I wonder if this board could use any proprietary PCB. Well, so it would have its own PCB going for it because it uses a daughter board with and also a battery, so it has its own thing. It has Bluetooth, wireless, and USB. Bluetooth, wireless, USB, and wired USB, basically. That's what I would say. So yeah. People call it tri-mode, which is 2.4 gigahertz wireless connection, and then Bluetooth, and then regular USB wired connection through USB-C. 2.0 C port connector. Okay. Almost done with the stabs here. Just pretty much just re-lubing the wires is basically what I'm doing. It already has some grease on it, but just applying a little extra. Ranked palm is almost here. Nice. Neko Tato, hello. How's it going? Good to see you around here. What's new? Okay. Stopping by for company? Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Alright, so stabs are done. I do think it's realistic to keep the foam on, so let's do that. Uter got automatically muted, but thank you Uter for the Uter for the Prime sub. Is that the auto timeout for OG Prom? That's pretty funny. Worth it? Nice. Do you order a set for yourself, Yoder? Yeah, I got one. Nice. I'm getting severe FOMO on ranked palm. It do be like that. So if you feel FOMO, why not just go for it, Drew? Just order. Order now. Never regret later. Easy clap. Cause I don't need a set now? Oh, I see. But what if you need it tomorrow? Totally not FOMO. What if you need it? What if the world's about to end and you need a set of ranked palm to get you by? Oops. Drop the screw. I'll pick that up in a second. Oh, Aetherak, hello! Thank you. Thanks for the kind words. I do not like using these shims, you know? It's kind of annoying. I dropped the screw and I don't know where it went, but I have a plethora of these little screws, so it's typically fine. But I'll try to find it. If I do, then oh, here, I found it already. Usually I don't go too far. All right. These tabs can fall off, but at least the one I'm focusing on should stay. Almost fell into that tub of lube, didn't it? Alright, cool. I blame Marcus. He showed us all the way. He showed us all the way of regular ranked. Was it him? I feel like people were talking about it for a while now. Doesn't matter, to be honest. I mean, good that an alternative exists. That's always a good thing. Options are good. Options are good. Heard about rank from someone else in the server, but I don't remember who. Might have been Cute, actually. But I actually don't know if it was. I'm not sure. Pretty sure Ankit surfaced it. Might have been him or Cute. I honestly don't really remember and don't really mind whoever it was. It's always good to see options. You know, when I see these shims, and considering that these kits are like, you know, come out of like these factories, right? I'm assuming there's gotta be someone doing this by hand, right? Like I can't think of these shims ever going on there by machine. So painful process. Imagine being the person having to put on these stab shims by hand, one by one, until all these keyboard kits are ready for shipping. Gonna go grab dinner, have a good rest of your stream. Thank you, Abstraction. Have a good one. Have a good dinner. What do you think the shim installer tells their friends and family they do? Oh god. They probably tell their family and friends, never take the same job I have. It's a nightmare. If I ever have to do this again in my life. Toxoplasmosis haver. Damn, that's a name. Hello, Toxoplasmosis haver. Eat a mean pepper, this is gonna suck later. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I wonder what the hand lube from the factory process looks like. Oh god, I don't even want to know, brother. I don't even want to know. Sounds terrible, to be honest. Okay, so let's put the foam back on now that we have the stabs ready. And then the next thing would be to put on the plate. Make sure the standoffs fit together nicely. And to make sure that everything here is good. Okay, everything looks good on this side. Fitment wise. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and they're nice and flat. And then I believe there is a piece of foam here that goes on the underside, like so. Factory hand lube doesn't sound ethical, it absolutely sounds miserable. Hand lube from factory sounds super miserable of a job to have. Definitely not very ethical. Yeah, Gam, there's a lot of those switches that are like advertised to be hand lube from factory, and I'm like, oof, whoever has to do that, like, terrible, terrible time. I'd rather test for 4 hours than hand lube for a factory. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Alright, so that's the standoffs here. And let's see, everything here looking fine, I think. Oh, hi, Upas. How's it going? Mr. Upas. How goes it? Quota 1,000 switches a day? Bro, oh my god. Just thinking about it makes me feel so stressed out right now. Oh boy. We're talking about how miserable, Upas, it would be to say that you are a factory hand luber. Someone who lube switches from factory by hand, because that's what's advertised for the product. Okay, I'm gonna maybe put these aside for now. Use on later. But just imagine how miserable that sounds. Oh yes, I did the stabs, right? Not switches. Oh no, we're talking about like if you work in a factory of like a switch maker that advertises their switches to be hand lubed from factory, how miserable it would be to work the job that lubes switches from the factory. But yes, yeah, if you're talking about the stabs of this keyboard, it does have some lube, and it doesn't include switches, so yeah. And yeah, I was lubing the stabs earlier. Alright, so that's those guys. We can probably put the case back together now. That would be awful. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Have some sympathy for these people. God. It's a terrible job. It's worse than a lot of other things, I think. That's what the Avalon cleanse for some other switches. Oh, I see. The hand lubing, not the 1,000 switches. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think it matters how many switches it is. Just the job of having to lube switches by hand every day, with like such a numbing task, mind-numbing task, is just, yeah. Cool. All right, let's just make sure this works by turning it on. Wait, is that the right way? Oh. I clearly messed up because it looks like the battery is not plugged in. Actually, let me switch it to wired here. See if it works first of all. Okay, that works. That turns on. But then I think, I don't know if I plugged in the battery properly actually. I think that's the problem. The only reason it's bad is because they aren't your switches. Well, yeah, sorta. Well, it's more like the mind-numbing aspect of the task, you know. It's more like the nature of the job being so. It sucks too when you have your lubing technique, hard to use switches lubed by other. Just my opinion. No, I mean I do agree with this. I actually think that is true. I mean, at least for a lot of enthusiasts who already have established ways of what they like and what they don't, it is a lot more difficult to use switches that you know that somebody else did. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I did it. The battery was unplugged because Okay, that lights up. That's good. And just make sure it's in tight here. There we go. Imagine finishing lubing a billion switches only for nerds to nitpick that you did a bad job anyway. Oh my god. It's finally cold, Diego. Yeah, it's finally getting cooler, weather-wise. So nice. I'm so glad. Finally a little more crisp in the morning. Christmas is here. Okay, now. We haven't even passed Halloween, buddy. What do you mean Christmas is here? I'm just kidding. But I do know some people who are into that whole like, oh yeah, Christmas spirit already, and I'm like, it hasn't even been Halloween nor Thanksgiving. What are you even talking about? All right, let's also test out my Bluetooth connection here. I'm kind of curious if it works with my Bluetooth as well. Clearly the wired and the wireless work fine. So let's also try the Bluetooth connection. Oh, VK87 detected it right away. Nice. Ready to go, it says. And boom. Look at that. Bluetooth now. Great. So we have Bluetooth, wireless USB, and wired mode only. Sick. Alright. Now we can go ahead and put on switches, which is super easy. Also, if you hear a bunch of sizzling sounds and whatnot, that's my partner's cooking. Or, I don't know. It's just in the Philippines. Have Halloween, they have Christmas decor already up. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Yeah, some people are really early to that whole Christmas spirit. What's for dinner? That's a good question. What's for dinner?
Soil.
What? Dirt? Wait, don't spill that. Apparently I'm gonna have soil for dinner. Just kidding. She's just being... No, but really, what's for dinner? What? No. They heard you. Kiwi. Tragic. Wait, no. Oh man. I think we're just having like rice. I would eat kiwi underscore Kang. Hey yo. Just rice? No, of course it's not just rice. Is it the oh, he didn't like that. Is it the mushroom, the rice dish that we made last time? Oh shit. Okay, I guess we're having noodles. We're having ramen or something. No meat? I think I'm making chashu pork tomorrow. Oof, that sounds delicious. Wait, this being Bluetooth means I can test these switches as soon as I plug them in, right? So let's just do that, actually. That's actually pretty handy. Where's my switch hitter thingy? Look at that. I can test my switches as soon as I put them into the board. That's great. Chashu pork over fried rice? Oof, that sounds so good. Man, look at this RGB. It's so bright. Brighter than my future. Maybe I should make some bibimbap. Is that how I spell it? Close enough. It's just BIBIMBAP. That's fine. Bibimbap. I guess as the way it sounds is the way you can spell it. Doesn't matter really, because it's technically just romanized, so it doesn't really matter. Sounding thocky already? Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of nice, honestly, for sub 100 with all included and 3-way connection with a. I actually do really like the switch implementation, like this little cat paw that's kind of cute, and you can switch conveniently between Bluetooth, wireless, and wired is kind of nice. The battery is pretty sizable, and typing angle is like low, and the look is kind of not so intrusive. Actually, it's pretty good. And I believe these are programmable too. I just don't have the programming software installed right now, but these are programmable as well. So like it's pretty much what custom keywords offer, but all in one package. Is there more color than the black? Yeah, I believe they're going to also sell white and purple. At least I was disclosed that much by our friends at CannonKeys. There's gonna be black, white, and purple. I think white and purple are just like $9 more expensive or something like that. But black starts at like $90 basically, which is sweet. Purple, where's guapa? I'm thinking of kimbap. Yum. Bibimbap is the egg breakfast sushi. Oh no. Bibimbap is literally like rice mixed with stuff, anything. Like whatever you might have in the fridge. Oh, this one, I think I bent a pin here, or oh, it just didn't go into the hot swap socket. Oh, it's this one too. Whereas Quappa doesn't watch Twitch anymore, he's a gamer. I think he's too busy being a nerd, actually. Too busy becoming the next genius of the generation, applying to top schools nationwide, and then he's gonna be richer than everybody else and purchase every single artisan keycap in existence that's purple. That's gonna be Quappa in the future. Quappa gonna be my boss? Yeah, I do hope Quappa is our boss, and he can just you know, offer us some nice benefits packages and help us retire sooner. I wouldn't be against that. Watch out, RBB, a kid from Missouri coming from ya. For ya, yeah, I know. If Purple Monkey activate, then purchase Keycap. Else type colon colon. I still don't know where this kid getting funds with no job under 18. You see, that's called I have detected a skill issue. Just kidding, I don't know. Quappa just rich like that. Not just in resources, but in every single possible regard. Trust me, this is worth the money. I don't know. I think he's pretty into the hobby to the point where I don't think it's about their parents, you know? I don't think that's it. Not at this point, at least. He recycles. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He does move things around a lot and is into fashion and stuff, and yeah. As long as it's not mommy's credit card, yeah. He has CCP prosthetic boots when I saw him. I have no idea what that is, but I'm gonna assume it's something related to whatever you guys talk about, like fashion or whatever. My wear has nothing compared to him. I see. Missouri's cost of living must be real low. Oh, I mean, it is lower. In my server earlier, we're talking about housing in New York, and it's, you know, it's crazy out here. So at least compared to other states. So yeah, I think the only exception is probably like some of the more expensive cities that are becoming more expensive over time, and then like California, like you know, LA, SF, like, which are pretty expensive now. I mean, New York's still all the way at the top, but you know, still other places are becoming more expensive to live in. CCP or Carol Christian Poel is real expensive. They have like 5-acre homes. Oh, in Missouri. Boots cost generally at a minimum like $1,500. Damn, that's expensivo. It's quite expensivo. Used is no more than 400. Well, that's not bad. I mean, good that used is kind of, you know, a good bit cheaper. I guess that's a kind of nice part about some clothing, even if it's just designer wear and stuff. I mean, assuming you can get things in decent condition, even if used. We have food channel in the cord, right? Yeah, we do. I have this bomb. I had this bomb salmon poke and Kahlua pork wonton nachos. What? The latter sounds amazing. I mean, salmon poke sounds great, but Kahlua pork wonton nachos? What? That sounds great. I'm so hungry now. Curse my large ass feet. What size do you wear, lamp? I'm like super average for shoes. Oh, that's the function key, I guess. Cool. Nicely programmed PCB with the layers appearing different when you press the FN key. That's kind of cool. Alright, I think everything's on now. FN. This, yeah, everything's now. I wish we had the software. Oh, no worries. It's okay. Actually, let me take a look at the box here. So the box here has at least all the controls over. Let's see. Light speed control. Okay, so actually, yeah, I can reduce some of the speed of that. Maybe slightly slower. Okay. FN brightness. Oh, I see, that's brightness. Oh, I see. Brightness is down all the way. Brightness up. Toggle backlight effects. Okay, that's... Ooh. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's very fast. What is this? Oh, it's just single. Oh, okay. This is fancy, dude. I mean, I know that GMK has all these things too, probably, but yeah. Cool. Is this like the typing? Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many modes. Okay, cool. Backlight colors, turn off backlights. So backlight off, backlight on, turn off side lights, and side light colors. Oh, FN. That's side light effects. Oh. Not single colored, flickering really fast. Is that off? Oh, I guess there's only 2 modes. Oh, okay, that's fine. 3 modes rather. That's fine. That's fine. And you can change the colors on them too. Cool. That's actually kind of nice. It has a lot of different options though. We got it, but lost installer. Oh, rip. Guess that happens. All right. All right. I'm 6'1". I'm a 42. Oh, 42 is EU units, right? I think I wear 41, so like US size 8. So. All right. What was all that noise? Oh, probably kitchen noise. Kitchen sounds. All right, what keycaps are we putting on this, huh? What keycaps should we put on this? Look at this RGB goodness, though. So much RGB going on. The case is plastic? No, this is aluminum. Aluminum case and frosted polycarbonate plate with a per key RGB PCB and a lot of foam. And yeah, it's Bluetooth, wireless, USB wireless, and wired. So if I plug in my cable here, I can do wired mode. Right now the backlight is off, but I can turn it on. Was it this one? No. Which one was it again? I forget these guys. FN backlights. No. Brightness? Oh. Oh, hi, Kiwi. What's wrong? Something up? Hi. Is that Kiwi meowing? Yeah, that's Kiwi. Hi. It's the Kiwis. Oh, yeah. Say hi. Say hi. Or something. Okay, maybe not. Coming to inspect my work. Kiwi, how do you like this? Look, RGB. Oh, you don't care. What keycaps should we put on this, eh? Any midnight rainbow? I don't have midnight rainbow, but I do have Nachtarbeit, actually. I don't have Mictlan yet, though. That would be nice. That would be kind of cool, actually. Mictlan. But I don't have it yet. Nachtarbeit? GMK Pride? I don't have GMK Pride either, or GMK Rainbow. Nachtarbeit works? Okay. Cool. Let me get that. I think, where is it here? Oh, Kiwi, you're pressing something, aren't you? Or, oh, I see something else pressed here. Nachtarbeit, Nachtarbeit, okay. Alright. Nachtarbeit it is. Who needs a cat cam when your cat comes into the cam? I know. Well, I mean, I have my partner to thank because he was brought to the scene. All right. Is the VK87 a full alu case? Yeah, it is a full alu case. Except for the LED windows, yeah. So except for the LED windows on the sides, so it has these side LED windows. I should turn those on here. Six two five you Sag? 625 is fine with WinKey, I think. I mean, like, I do think 7U could look nice too, but I think 625 is okay. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, I would say. $10 is where it's at. Oh, I see. I hecking love Moogle. That's a name you don't hear often. This hobby has come a long way from the Tofu V1 days. Oh, for sure. For sure. Like, yeah, those days don't even compare, like, to now. Like, all the options now. It's crazy. Like, from the number of options all the way to, like... availability, among other things, of course. Is this full foam? Yeah, right now we have full foam. Yeah, so right now we have P foam, case foam, and plate foam. Back then, the standard was Tofu O-ring mount, pretty much the only mid-range offering, or budget not mid-range, available that was actually nice. Yeah, and you had to do some a decent bit of customizing too, right? Like yourself. So yeah, it's really come a long way. We have a lot of options now. Like honestly, it's a good time to get into the hobby and explore it. Oops, don't know why I put the arrow key there. Down arrow key rather. Tenyu is wild. Yeah, I don't like how Tenyu eats up on the alt keys, which I use a lot anyway. So I think that's the only thing I don't like about Tenyu. It looks funny though. Kiwi left a lot of fur up here. So I personally think like the whole thing about like foam and all that stuff is a good thing overall, at least in the sense that it gives people the option to do whatever they want with it. You can always take it off, you can always put it back on, and it's like pretty modular in that sense, right? No one's obligating you to do that. It did kind of shift like quote unquote like the meta of things as they came out, right? But it's not like necessarily, it's not really obligating anybody to do a particular way. So I don't know, I like the option. I like having more options, but I do understand some people feel some disdain about it too. They're like, oh, it ruined the hobby. I'm like, yeah, I guess if you think it that way, then there's a lot of things that quote unquote ruin the hobby, you know? Yeah, I also do think like, yeah, the only downside of like the fully foamed sort of boards is, yeah, the sound gets evened out a lot, right? Like it's pretty uniform, it's pretty much similar, like all around. So yeah, but again, it's just an option. It's not an obligation. They all kind of sound the same after a while. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Like this is a pretty standard quote-unquote thocky sound, right? Like this. Like I kind of don't even want to type on this way because I want to hear something different. So I might actually, we could actually take off the case foam at least, right? I wonder if, I mean, I guess the P foam also does a huge difference here, like the one that goes under the switches. This is the sound that brought a lot of people in, that's for sure. Yeah. But yeah. Let me put on some artisans. Put some on here. Ugh. put Cosmo. Kind of like this cute astronaut blink. And then let's see. Oh, switch it up a little bit, having some other ones too. It's kind of tight stem. Yeah, pretty tight actually. Right? Actually, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's pretty tight. Maybe I'll have to use some hot water on it. Maybe I'll do like sort of a little bit of like kind of wob like look to it. No one has ever pimped out a budget board like this. People would do it all the time actually. People would desolder and so. I mean, I actually did it a lot when I first started. I also had a Philco that I desoldered and put like MX blacks, MX browns and stuff before, but I don't have it anymore. But it was a long time ago. One artisan already more expensive on the board. Yeah, this is unfortunately true. Maybe except for this one, and actually maybe except for this one too. This one was not as expensive. Modding Philcos, I mean modding any OEM board was kind of fun. Like that was the fun stuff in the hobby for a while. Here it is from the side. That's one darky marbly boy. Yeah. We can try typing on it if you want. I was thinking of rebuilding my poker too. Oh, nice. Alright, yeah, check it out. So this is, yeah, it looks nice from this angle too, right? It has the side RGB here going. It's kind of cool actually. Oh, wait. Yeah. So the walls are a little bit low, yeah. I do notice that for GMK, it definitely seems a little bit on the, like the walls do seem a little bit on the lower side, so you see a teeny bit of the switch / LED there. Like if I actually turn off the LEDs entirely, like you can kind of see a little bit in between, but yeah. Where's your pudding keycaps? Oh, that would work too, yeah. Alright, so this is what this board sounds like with all the foam and some GMK on it. This is with these sunny side up Tecsee switches, which I lube with 205. Alright. Here you go. Oh. Nope. There we go. So yeah, sounds like a lot of boards with a lot of foam also sound like, but it sounds good. I mean, it's the sound that a lot of people do like. So, and here is the modifiers. Not too much sinking feeling because even with all the foam, it kind of stiffens out the feel quite a bit, but it still is a polycarb plate, so you can definitely tell that it's a pretty soft typing feel. It's not harsh at all. So the bottom out is pretty easy going on this. What mount? It uses these little gasket tabs, sort of like these little gasket pieces that kind of clip onto the tabs of the plate. So it's like gasket mount. It's technically a small gasket in between the top and the bottom pieces. And yeah, you can switch between wired and wireless here. I believe this is wired right now. So yeah. Oh. But yeah. Kind of like a Neo then in terms of clipping in. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty nice. I think this is the mode with the USB dongle as well. Yeah, there. But yeah, no, pretty nice. Honestly, I do really like the RGB on this. I think that's kind of like the... And I think the cap paw is hella cute. It does have a caps lock and a scroll lock indicator. That's a scroll lock indicator. I don't have caps lock indicator working right now just because I don't have caps lock enabled on my OS. So it doesn't turn on. But it would work if I just disable that. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Honestly, pretty fun board, I think. I mean, you can honestly modify this, right? Like I could always take out some of the foam as well, right? And try it out like that. Like we can actually try doing that. Although I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference with the case foam out. I do think a lot of the work right now is being done by the PE foam and the plate foam. But yeah, for this $90 to $100 keyboard kit, it's pretty well built with pretty much all the features that you might need. It's not GMK compatible, so you wouldn't be using a VIA, but they do have a software to program key maps, so programmability is not a concern for this. And well, it does have RGB features and connectivity. It seems to operate pretty well actually between with the different modes like Bluetooth and wireless and all that stuff. It seems to operate quite well, so that's kind of pretty sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this gigantic piece of foam here, and I'm gonna plug this back in here, and we can try it out like that too. This up is a little bit of a pain, so let me just do that now. So it uses these little gaskets that sort of line up on the sides and the back and the front. But, okay, there. Let's fit together. Actually, hold up. It's a little tight. Yes, black, white, and purple are the 3 colors that will be available for this. With the black and the, with the white and the purple being like $9 or $10 more expensive. It's the only price difference, I think. But yeah. I really should just honestly paste these little inserts, the diffuser inserts. Honestly, I feel like they could just be pasted to the bottom piece here so that they don't move at all, and that would be fine. But I mean, I guess loose is okay too, though, for people who want to, like, I don't know, do something about them. So let's just go ahead and put these guys in. They're gonna fall off anyway. Okay, and I'm missing just one diffuser here. Put this back on here. Okay. Sup gamers, hello. Nectar, hello, hello. So let's see if taking out the case foam makes a big difference. I actually don't know what to expect, but we can see for ourselves. You can kind of tell that it's more hollow now. So maybe it will be a big difference, actually, hollowing out the case quite a bit. So we'll see what it's like. I'm actually curious. Yeah, okay, you can definitely tell a difference already. So there. All right. All right. All right. Let's try it. And you recommend in-stock keyboards for around $350. That's a pretty sizable price tag. So there's quite a lot of options. No group price allowed. Yeah. All right. Let's try this out now without the case foam inside it. Currently connected via USB wireless, and let's check it out. So this is now with no case foam. So case foam is out, as you can see. There you go. Ah. I think I do like better foam free as well. It still has that kind of signature PE foam kind of sound, but I do think the sound evolving a little bit more in the case is a little bit nicer. It sounds a little less deadened out, kind of like flattened out. So it has a little bit more personality. I think I like it. But yeah, here are the mods. You can see how the plate moves a lot, though. Look at the motion of the plate here. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's the assembly moving. Like the PCB. It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit of motion. It's pretty nice though. It's very soft feeling. A lot of motion here thanks to the flex cuts and all that. But it sounds better without the foam. Personally, I think this foam is a little too thick. If this were like maybe like a millimeter thinner, it would be a lot different. This just completely stuffs the case with material, so I think this is a little too thick. But I mean, you know, it does the job that it's meant to do, which is what a lot of people want. But I do like it without right now. This is a thick piece of bottom case foam. So yeah. Yeah, whole lot of motion. Kind of feels like you're typing on plateless almost. It's just plateless with a thin PCB. It's like very motion heavy. Kind of like almost like sticks to your fingers kind of motion. But I mean, it's not unpleasant. But if you don't like this kind of motion, then obviously, like, you know, you can put the foam on and it's fine. But I mean, hey, this is all for less than $100, so I personally think it's banging deal. If you want RGB, something simple, tri-mode connection, all that stuff, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. The RGB is really strong. So yeah, if you want that RGB though, like, this is pretty cool looking. Yeah. So that's what this board is like. However, you can always plug it in to charge the battery or whatever you want. It does support Bluetooth. It does support here. I'm gonna unplug it here from the dongle. It does have this dongle as well. Right now I just switched it over to Bluetooth mode. Super easy to do. I can also switch it to wired, right? But yeah, this is an alu case indeed. This is an all aluminum case with a polycarb plate and a flex cut PCB here. There's different kinds of foam. There's case foam, plate foam, and PE foam, as you might expect. But yeah, pretty nice. Maybe I'll put the USB thingy here for the thumbnail. But yeah. All right, so this is what this board is like. I love the pause switch. I think this is so cute. I actually genuinely really like this switch. It's in a good location. The location is well placed for this. It's convenient. You know exactly what you're switching between. It's a physical switch, so you don't have to like do some weird key combination to toggle it. So I think this is nice. A nice little touch aesthetically, and then you can switch between the different modes. Pretty nice. And the indicators, of course, pretty nice too. It's good to have. But yeah, no, this is pretty sweet, and all under 100. Yeah, I think it's a good deal. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much what that is. I'm gonna move the mic over. But yeah, so you can plug it in with cable, you can use this little dongle, and you can use Bluetooth, which seems to work pretty well. Right now I have it on Bluetooth 1 and it just like detected right away. Connection was seamless, no drivers needed or anything, so that's great. The box is descriptive enough, kind of like has all the little feature descriptions and even has your key code. No reason to print a manual is kind of nice, that the box just has the different instructions. That's kind of a nice touch. Just like some spelling errors, sure, language barrier, whatever. Like, yeah, I don't know what these multimedia things do, they're in Chinese, but you can just use a Google Translate thing. Like, I could do that right now. Like, I could just grab the like, you guys know that Google Translate has that photo-based translation now? I mean, it has had it for a long time, but you can do that. Like, if I go to Google Translate here and I go on like my camera mode, you can like detect things, and it'll like detect it on the screen like this. Pretty nifty. So FN plus F1 is my computer, and then home page, I don't know what FN plus F3 says, it didn't translate it, but I assume it's like next, play, pause, that kind of stuff. Mute, volume up, volume down, etc. Pretty nifty, but yeah. Durable, feel good. One hell of a tagline for that more. Yeah, durable, feel good. It is an all aluminum case, and the aesthetics of it are honestly inconspicuous and at the same time kind of cute, kind of nice. So right now plugged in and wired, but then you can switch between different modes here. Right now I'm just gonna switch it over to Bluetooth again. Oh, actually I think I switched it back to wired. There, Bluetooth mode, so it can stay plugged in. The pause switch is, yeah, it's the pause switch. If it's down, it's wired. If it's in the middle, that's Bluetooth, which, you know, turns on. And then for this is the USB dongle, which I just put aside here, over here. 2.4 gigahertz wireless USB dongle. Just like your, you know, Logitech mice, that kind of stuff. Wireless mice, you know, just standard wireless USB dongle stuff. And you can just switch between the 3 modes like that. Super handy. RGB per key, RGB on the sides. Little windows, kind of reminiscent of maybe like Duck V3 boards, or maybe the Unicorn X Legend from Duck as well. But you know, like that gamer aesthetic RGB, pretty visible RGB. It's south-facing switches here for Cherry MX style switches, and the stab orientation is also pretty standard. It's south for everything except for the spacebar and the enter key. It uses, this one has PCB mount stabs, but there is a plate mount stab option as well for this board, which is slightly cheaper. I would just go for the PCB mount no matter what, because you can always replace the stabs as well anytime, and PCB mount stabs just kind of like work better. But yeah, I mean, the look of it is pretty inconspicuous. Like, just doesn't have anything too crazy going for it, you know? And you can control the LEDs, programmable. The keycaps do seem to sync just enough though, like it doesn't seem to leave that gap from if you look at it closely, so at least that's good. The walls are slightly lower to make the LEDs more visible, but it's not to the point where you can see a gap completely. So that's also good. But yeah, this for all this, less than $100. It would be a good gift if you're planning on maybe giving a gift this holiday season, and you're looking for a board that's aluminum, F12, normal 87 key with, you know, 6.25U standard layout. This does offer pretty much all the features that most people might need. Programmable, swappable parts, easy to use, you know, simple aesthetic, nothing too crazy, nothing that looks like too cartoony, right? So yeah, and it seems to sound pretty good. I mean, right now it just has the PE foam and the plate foam, and it sounds good. I would not remove the plate foam, most likely just because it does have per key flex cuts on the PCB, as well as a polycarb plate, which also has a lot of cuts horizontally. But I mean, if you add all the foam, you can have that extra thocky sound or whatever that people want to pursue. But I think even right now as it is, it's pretty good. Oh, we found the installer. Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, not bad for under a Benjamin. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely am not in the market for one, but if I were to give a gift of sorts, I think this is really good. The fact that it's wireless for the people who want it. That kind of stuff that people ask for but can't find easily is definitely something that is a nice little thing. And the aesthetics are pretty, yeah, non-intrusive. Like, even uniform bezels, not too rounded corners, not too sharp, not too round. Proportions around keycaps are fair. Not too wide, but also not too tight. Like, compare it to the Jaguar over here. This Jaguar over here has like the tightest tolerances around keycaps. It's super duper tight. It's hard to remove keycaps to that point. But you know, it looks nice. But this has some extra gaps to allow for that light to shine through. But yeah, cool aesthetics. For the price and whatnot. So, Alex D, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it, buddy. Oh, thanks for sending the software. Yeah, we can check it out. Let me see if I can do this while I'm live here. Let's see. How do I? Okay. Let's see if I can install this VK87. That purple's super nice. Oh yeah, I'm really happy about the Jaguar purple. It's so pretty. Yeah, I like got into a group buy for this because I was like, this thing's super pretty. Okay, so I get the. I see. Okay, so let's plug this in. Wired mode. How do I? Okay, and then. VK87 keyboard. The device is offline, huh? Oh yeah, weird. My wired mode doesn't. Oh, but the FN key here works. I must have disabled something. The pause switch has to be in a certain position for the software to work. Yeah, okay. Windows mode, restore keyboard. Okay, I guess restore keyboard sounds like a good idea to me. Okay, that seems like a good thing. Okay, unplug it, plug it back in. Huh. Wait, let's see. I'm in the USB mode, right? That's Bluetooth. That's USB. Trying to make it detect, but so weird thing is it like I see the sound for the like my computer seems to detect it, but it doesn't show up on the for the device of the of the software. Like the software's not detecting it though, which is kind of weird. Let's see, devices. Let's check my device manager. Should show up there. Let's see, where is it? Keyboard. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. What's the warning here? Insufficient system resources exist to complete the API. Huh. It configures the device, but then maybe I need to update the driver? Yeah, it's like the USB driver is not working or something. Firmware upgrade check. Yeah, I don't know. The USB mode is not working for some reason, but the Bluetooth works, and the wired dongle works. I mean, the wireless dongle works fine too. That's the weird thing. Actually, what happens if I do the dongle? So right now, Bluetooth works there. Too many lights? Oh yeah, maybe. Let me try a different cable actually, or let me try the cable that they sent out actually. Oh wait. Oh, I plugged in the USB dongle and it showed up. Like, let me show you. Let me try to add the source. Window capture. VK87. Yeah, it's this one. And okay, it should. Boom! There it is. Look at that. All right. Look at this. So it's programmable. Oh, it doesn't show up fully, but basically here it says. Oh, it doesn't. Hold on. Let me. How do I do this without having to share my whole screen though? So basically, like you can. It doesn't show up the hover menus are not showing. But you can see like it detects that it's 2.4 G. You can like zoom in. It basically has a. Trust me that it says there's a hover here that says like Z default, and you can like remap it to whatever you want. And then, you know, we can go to FN layer, and I believe these are the ones that are marked in red cannot be remapped because they're default hard coded like FN layer stuff. But you can code stuff on the other keys, like you can put stuff on FN1, FN2, FN3, FN4, etc. And yeah, you can do macros. Let's see, default layer, remap key, mouse, text, multimedia key combination, shortcuts, launch applications, keyboard light, atmosphere light, key config, light setting, performance. You can like disable the Win key. You can disable Alt Tab, Alt F4, Shift Tab, sleep mode controllers. You can do there's a macro setting here. It doesn't show up on the capture mode for some reason. Light settings here. You can see. You can control literally every single little thing about the light. So this is pretty great, to be honest. I see. Oh, there's different modes. I see. You can like toggle between them. This is, let's see, it says static, neon, breath, wave, twinkle, radar, auto, ripple, striations, aurora, Ripple, reactive, cross, fireworks. Oh, I see. That's fireworks. Oh, it's like Bomberman. Speed, response. Oh, I see. Response based on your speed. Musical rhythm. Kind of like the N Pro. And then custom. Very cool. I'm the use of QMK. I still think it's a pain. I do kind of agree with this. Oh, it's being weird. All right, there. What's this setting? Oh, that's just the device list. But yeah, this is pretty cool. You can have many different profiles. You can create profiles. No, this is nice actually. Let me see if I can change the way this capture mode is happening here. Give me one sec. But anyway, you get the idea. You can control a lot of different stuff from this software. It's pretty nice. Yeah, no, it's actually pretty decent software here. You can pretty much do everything that you need to do. That I can think of, at least. That would be useful anyway. You can even set macros, which is pretty nice. Honestly, I wish some of these things were on VIA, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good, gotta say. My first time using QMK, I break my PC and had to disassemble my board to hard reset it. Oh yeah, that part is annoying. Yeah, QMK can be kind of annoying from time to time. QMK VA just in general. I do agree. Hard agree on that. Ooh, faster, slower. Very nice. All the stupid plastic head things in those holders. These plastic head things. Ugly little plastic things. How are you, Mr. Viking? What do you mean stupid? They're neat? He's just joking. He's a fellow resin head like myself. Alright, well, we're pretty much done here. Kind of showed you pretty much everything that this board has to show, which is RGB, programmable, has a USB dongle, has Bluetooth, has a lot of foam if you want it. It's less than $100. Switch to Bluetooth here. Unplug the little USB connector here. It can be wired, it can be wireless. Right now it can be wireless. South facing, you know, flex cut PCB, all that good stuff. I actually cleared out my Artisan cap collection over this year. I only kept my favorites. Nice. Pretty good. I don't have the willingness to do that, or the willpower rather. It's unfortunate. Amigo, Agile One, hello my friend. How are you? It's good to see you. Still want a Gengar theme set. Are those still hard to get? I thought they made quite a few of those, so it shouldn't be too difficult, I feel. A lot of people out there offloading their collections and whatnot. I feel like you probably could find one if you look closely. I don't even know who makes the ones I've seen on Reddit. Oh, I see. Maybe just ask around. I'm pretty sure someone out there, there's a lot of Pokemon fans out there. I bet somebody knows. Could get you that info ASAP. I don't know them off the top of my head, but yeah. Alright. Well, shall we wrap it up, my friends? I don't know who is streaming right now, so we can go check actually. Looks like I see someone that I don't know. ELH Customs. I see Bouquet Bob. Don't know them. Some Gunpla people, some printmakers. Ooh, Japanese printmaking. That sounds cool. Woodblock prints and makers and crafting. If you want to see something like that. But yeah, keyboard people I see just. Oh, I see. They're lubing. One of them is building a cipher. Some Gunpla assembly and some printmaking. Sounds so thuggy. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I mean, has that sound profile that a lot of people will like, especially people who like having that thuggy sound with the P phone and the. But yeah. So. Yep. All right. Let's go raid. Let's go raid somebody new. How about we raid this Japanese printmaking channel? Sounds kind of interesting. Japanese printmaking. Cool. Let's go check out what they're up to. It seems cool, and there's a good number of viewers there. Let's just see what they're up to. But all right, let's wrap it up, friends. I'd like to say thank you again for coming back to the stream. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. And yeah, Upas, thanks for coming by. Thanks for sending the software over. Pretty cool, actually. But yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out this VK87 board by Siren, it's coming up through CannonKeys in the upcoming week or two, I'm gonna say. But yeah, it'll be available there, and I believe it's available in some other vendors out there internationally. But if you're in North America, you can order from CannonKeys if you want. Alright, friends, I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy. I'm gonna go have dinner. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. See you guys. Take care.